is left to be discussed or considered.
Recorded.
So once again, very good afternoon. I'm Dr. Sonali. Sunrise Learning is hosting this webinar to discuss about the details of preparing for NIOS exams, preparing for OBE, Open Basic Education Level A, B, and C. And our trainer for this webinar is Vandana Gautam ma'am. She is an ICT educator at Sunrise Learning, and she is also a parent of a child who is doing level C right now with NIOS board. And she is also a guide and mentor for all our parents and our teachers who enroll in the NIOS Open Schooling, Open Basic Education. She helps and guides them with her awareness, her insight, her information. Okay. I thought somebody else had shared. All right. So, Vandana ma'am, yes, we can see your slides, we can see your screen. And it's time to start the webinar. Welcome, Vandana ma'am, and welcome all the participants. I request all of you to please keep your mics on mute. And in case if you feel that you are not able to hear while everybody else can hear, you can just exit and join back. And in case you want to ask a question, I request all of you to keep putting your questions on the chat box so that the webinar is conducted, and after that your questions can be answered. And so put your questions on the chat box, and if there is something that you really need to ask, you can raise your hand also. There's a raise hand option on Google Meet on the bottom right corner. So we can start with the webinar, and then we will take over the questions that will be given in the chat box after the session. Thank you once again.
Thank you, Dr. Sonali. So this session today is all about OBE. I won't call it NIOS because NIOS is very vast. It has secondary as well as senior secondary levels. But we will be talking about today is OBE, Open Basic Education. So OBE is for till grade 8. So we will be talking about OBE and how to how to prepare yourself and your child for the OBE levels. But mainly the discussion is about how we can prepare ourselves. So what we are going to cover in this session is, give me 1 minute, the slide is not getting changed. I'll share it again. So what we will be talking about here is what after I enroll to OBE. So we will not go into details how to get enrolled for OBE. That have been covered very nicely by Jaspreet ma'am and her team last year. They covered everything from filling in the form to getting registered and what are the provisions. Maybe they will repeat the session again, and you all can keep an eye when it is getting repeated. So I will not go into those details. But what we will be discussing is what after I have been enrolled to OBE, what I should do as a parent or as a teacher once my student or my child has been registered to OBE, the syllabus, and then how to break up the syllabus, how to plan the lessons, how can we make the worksheet and assignments, then points to remember while working while making lesson plans and working assignments, do's and don'ts, and how to prepare for the exam day. The enrolling session was not done by Sunrise Learning, but it was done by Jaspreet ma'am and her team. I'll get the details and we will post it in the group from Preeti ma'am.
And they are planning a series again soon. They are planning it by end of April. They'll be starting.
So we will be sharing in all the groups, and whenever it will happen, you will come to know. So next is next thing what I want to make it very clear in the beginning. So there are not many confusions. I told earlier also that we will not go into the details of NIS, how to enroll and how to get all information and all. We will not go into details. We will not go into how to fill in the form and what are the required fields and what are not. We will not go into those details. So this you can keep for the next session by Jaspreet ma'am. And then we will not go like why some centers are doing NIS and why some centers are doing NCERT. We will not go into those details. So detailed syllabus we will not be discussing. We will be just discussing the overview, like when I get the syllabus, what should I do with that syllabus. Detailed syllabus we will not be discussing. And we can have brief discussion, of course, so by the provisions made by NIS and what the basic process, but not very detailed one. So for the people who are not familiar with NIS, I would like to give a brief introduction of NIS. What is NIS? And for the people who are very new to this OBE, I would like to give a brief introduction, not detailed one, but a brief introduction about OBE. So NIS is National Institute of Open Schooling. National Institute of Open Schooling is a board. This board is like any other board of like CBSE board. So it is a board which was created initially for the students or adults who do jobs, and maybe due to some reasons they are not able to attend the school, and then they can opt for this board, and they can appear for the examination, and they can also excel on the academic side. So it was initially created for those, and as most of our children, a few of our children, they are not going into regular schools. So we have this option. As a special need parent or special need children, we have this option where we can go for the academic, we can excel into academic using this facility which is provided by Government of India. And this is like any other board which is recognized, or not even in India but outside also, it is a recognized board. So we can enroll our children into NIS, and then we can take exams. They have divided it into OBE and NIS. So OBE is basic education, open basic education, which is from 3rd grade to 8th grade. This OBE has 3 levels: A, B, and C. A level is till grade 3rd. So if the child is appearing for grade A, then it is expected that child is at the level of grade 3. Grade B is B level is grade 5. So it includes class 4 and 5 syllabus. And grade C, level C is grade 8, which includes 6 to 8 class syllabus and all the information which is required for 6 to 8 class. There is no grades like 1st grade, 2nd grade, 3rd class, like we have in regular schools, 1st, 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 5th. No, they don't provide that. There is levels A, B, and C. A is 3rd grade, 3rd class, B is 5th class, and C is 8th class. And it is not mandatory. It is not mandatory to clear OBE levels before going for 10th. It is optional. It is up to you. If you think that I don't want to go for OBE level, then you can directly appear for 10th class. that is NOIS secondary, and then there is 12th class, the NOIS senior secondary. So it is not required कि आपको OBE A B C clear करना है. It is an optional thing which has been, it is a facility which has been provided by Government of India for the children who are not able to go to school or who are not able to follow the CBSE or other curriculum. They can opt for this. It provides a lot of flexibility. Like in OBE, when we enroll, then we have 5 years to clear one level. So if my child is in A level, then I have 5 years. I have 5 years to clear that level. So I can break the subjects, like I can go for one subject this year, second subject next year. That is up to me and my child. कि मुझे कैसे करना है, that will depend from child to child. You can go all subjects at one go or you can break it into parts, depending कि आपके बच्चे को अभी कितना वो एकेडमिक लोड ले पा रहा है, उसके बेसिस पर हम ये डिसाइड करेंगे एज अ पेरेंट एंड एज अ टीचर. तो जब हमने डिसाइड कर लिया, देन A, B और C में हमने enroll करते हैं, and then there are exams which are conducted by the board every year, and there are midterms also. And once the child clear one level, then he can go for another level. And also it is not mandatory कि अगर कोई बच्चा, अगर मुझे लगता है कि मेरा बच्चा अभी 5th क्लास क्लियर कर सकता है, तो it is not mandatory for me to go for A level. I can directly opt for B level. And अगर मुझे लगता है कि अभी मेरा बच्चा स्कूल जा रहा था, but now due to some reasons I'm not going to school, but my child is academically ready for grade 8, then level C, then I don't have to go through A and B level. I can directly go for C level. तो एक दूसरे के ऊपर डिपेंडेंट नहीं है ये लेवल्स. आपको A B करना जरूरी नहीं है C तक पहुंचने के लिए, लेकिन आपको इस बात की श्योरिटी रखनी है कि मेरा बच्चा जो है वो सिलेबस को अंडरस्टैंड कर पा रहा है, he will be able to take the academic load of this level. ये आपको ध्यान रखना है OBE लेवल्स के लिए. तो OBE लेवल A, B और C 3 लेवल हो गए, 3rd, 5th and 8th. और जरूरी नहीं है, they are not dependent on each other. A, B can be skipped and you can directly go for 8th. and अगर आपको लगता है कि आपका बच्चा डायरेक्टली 10th के लिए जा सकता है, तो आपको A, B और C करने की जरूरत नहीं है. These are optional levels. I am repeating it क्योंकि कई बार पेरेंट्स ना कंफ्यूज हो जाते हैं कि A, B, C करेंगे तब जाकर 10th होगा. तो अगर आपका बच्चा बड़ा है और आपको लगता है कि वो 10th वाला सिलेबस कर सकता है, तो यू कैन डायरेक्टली गो फॉर 10th. देयर इज नो नीड टू गो फॉर A, B और C लेवल. अगर आपको देयर इज अ सेल्फ सर्टिफिकेशन फॉर 10th क्लास, एंड अगर आपको लगता है कि मेरा बच्चा 10th वाला लोड ले सकता है, एकेडमिक लोड ले सकता है, you can directly go for 10th class. Age limit for A level is 7+ years. The child should be 7 years by 31st March of that academic year. And for B level 9 years, 9+, and for C level 12+. तो आपको ये मेक श्योर करना होगा कि अगर आप A, B और C के लिए जा रहे हैं, तो एज लिमिट A के लिए 7 years है, B के लिए 9 years है, 9+, 31st March 2000, मतलब जो भी एकेडमिक ईयर है. तो अगर हम इस साल की बात करते हैं, तो जो बच्चे 31st March 2021 में 7 years के हो गए, वो एलिजिबल है A लेवल के लिए. और जो बच्चे 9 years के हो जाएंगे March 31st को, दे आर एलिजिबल फॉर B लेवल. और अपर लिमिट कोई नहीं है. I am not changing the slides. I am just talking, so PPT will be the same. Upper limit कोई नहीं है. Up there is no age limit. So 7, 9 and 12 are the minimum required, minimum age criteria है A, B और C के लिए. So this is all about OBE, right? How to enroll? You can go to NOIS website, which I will be showing in the coming slides. You can go to NIS site, you can enroll from there, or if your child is going to some school, if they are appearing for NIS, then you can go through the school. that will depend. अगर आप एक इंडिविजुअल कैंडिडेट जाना चाहते हो तो आप वेबसाइट में एनरोल करके आप वहां से कर सकते हो। और अगर आप चाहते हो कि आप किसी स्कूल के साथ एसोसिएट होकर फिर उसके थ्रू करना चाहते हो तो यू कैन गेट एसोसिएटेड विद सम स्कूल एंड यू कैन गो थ्रू द स्कूल। और कुछ सेंटर्स हैं, जैसे मुझे जो पता है दिल्ली में मनोविकास और अमर ज्योति, you can directly contact them and you can get enrolled from there also. Yes, I will come to syllabus and all. So ये एक तरीका है एनरोल करने का, इंडिविजुअल कर सकते हो या फिर आप अपने स्कूल की तरफ से कर सकते हो। अब I also told in the beginning that I will not go into the details how to enroll because it is a long process. तो मेरा सेशन ही पूरा डाइवर्ट हो जाएगा अगर मैं उस डिटेल्स में जाऊंगी। तो दैट विल बी कवर्ड लेटर ऑन बाय जसप्रीत मैम, जैसे सोनाली मैम ने बताया, दे आर गोइंग टू रिपीट द सेशन। तो वो कैसे करना है वो आपको इंफॉर्मेशन NIS की वेबसाइट से भी सारी इंफॉर्मेशन मिल जाती है, वहां से आप वो इंफॉर्मेशन ले सकते हो। देन सिलेबस, यस आई विल गो टू द नाउ मैंने एनरोल कर दिया, मैंने अपने बच्चे को एनरोल कर दिया OBE NIS की वेबसाइट पर जाके, एंड आई हैव बीन गिवन अ स्टडी सेंटर। जब आप एनरोल करते हो तो आपको एक स्टडी सेंटर एलोकेट होता है। तो अब मैंने एनरोल कर दिया, अब मुझे आगे नहीं पता कि हाउ शुड आई प्रोसीड, एंड मुझे कंफर्मेशन आ गया कि आपका बच्चा एनरोल हो गया है AB लेवल के लिए, एंड द स्कूल DPS इज द स्टडी सेंटर फॉर द चाइल्ड। स्टडी सेंटर मीन्स जहाँ पर आपका बच्चा एग्जाम देने जाएगा और जो आपको गाइड करेंगे कि आपका सिलेबस क्या होगा, आप कैसे कब फर्स्ट टर्म होगा, कब सेकंड टर्म होगा, वो काम स्टडी सेंटर का होता है। तो बीच में एक कड़ी है NIS और आपके बीच में एक कड़ी है, एक लिंक है जो कि एक स्टडी सेंटर का है जहां आप एग्जाम देने जाओगे। तो स्टडी सेंटर अब क्या होता है कि समटाइम्स कुछ स्टडी सेंटर जो है वो जो NIS की वेबसाइट पर सिलेबस दिया है उसको फॉलो करते हैं, और कुछ स्टडी सेंटर्स हैं जो कि NCERT के सिलेबस को फॉलो करते हैं। So there are some centers which follow NIS का curriculum that is on the website of NIS, and some centers follow NCERT or CBSE. And if you are in Maharashtra, they have their board, something called Pratham board, which I am not very much aware of. So states can also have their own boards. So study center can also follow the some other syllabus. So that is very important thing, that you, as soon as you are enrolled with the OBE, you get connected with your study center. आप अपने study center से connect कीजिए and ask them कि which syllabus you follow. So they will tell you that we follow NIS or we follow NCERT. Depending on their decision, the syllabus might be different. NIS has some they have little different content, and NCERT they have different chapters and different content. So this is very, very important that we confirm with our study center that NIS or CBSE or some other board. It is a very important thing in the beginning. Otherwise, it may happen कि हम NCERT we follow NIS because we assume that they will be following NIS syllabus, and then the exam comes from the NCERT books, which there is difference in the content. So I am again repeating again and again that please confirm with the study center that which board are they, which syllabus are they following. So here is the link of NOS OBE syllabus. If the study center is following NOS syllabus, then then all the learning material is available on the website, on their website, NOS OBE website. They have uploaded all the PDFs. What you have to do, you have to take the prints of PDF and you are ready with the syllabus for any level A, B or C. I am not much sure about the Pratham board. You can check with the someone who is in Maharashtra, because I have heard that they follow Pratham board, but as we are in Noida, so we are not aware that they think follow the things in Maharashtra. So you can check with someone who is in Maharashtra. So NIS OBE syllabus के लिए आपको ये site का this is a link here, ABC, all the material is available. I can just
I shared in the chat box also.
okay. I want
the link.
I want to open it and show it. Here you can see OBE program and all the curriculum and learning material is available here, and all the guidelines are also available there. Guidelines, if you will go through the guidelines, that it clearly explain that what would be the weightage of multiple choice question, what would be the weightage of descriptive. So you can go through the guidelines. If you are a teacher or even as a parent, we need to know it, that how they are dividing it, what are the weightage criteria, what are the minimum marks, and everything has been there described in the website. It is very informative website. Every information you get from there. All you need is spend some time on this website and you will be an expert in OBE. So all this here, it is all information and notices about all the exams and everything is displayed here. And then here it is a link for online admission. From if you are going as an individual candidate, you can click on that link and you can get enrolled to OBE program, right? For NCERT syllabus is easily available on the website of NCERT, but please make sure from the study center that which books name they follow. Okay, so maybe if they are following some books for the school, they may recommend the same books for you. So you have to check with the center. And one more thing, English book is not there in NIOS website, and they follow NCERT English book. So if you think that English is not there, you can download NCERT English book. For A level it is Marigold 3, for B it is Marigold 5, and for C level Honeydew is they can be easily downloaded from the internet, and all the centers follow that. Is my voice breaking for all?
No, it's clear. It's absolutely clear.
So there might be some network issue with someone if they are experiencing voice problems. So here now what we have done. Let's assume that we have enrolled our child through OBE level A through the website, and then I got a study center name as Manovikas. I'm assuming this. Let's take a case study. So there is one child, Rohit, he has been enrolled for level A through the website, and Rohit got in the study center list, they enrolled for study center called Manovikas. So now I got a confirmation mail as a parent of Rohit that yes, your Rohit has been enrolled with A level and this Manovikas is your study center. Now what is my job is to call Manovikas. Now I need to call Manovikas and ask them that my child has been assigned to your study center. So which syllabus I should follow? Then they will let you know. Okay, ma'am, go for NIS or go for OB or NCRT. So if they say NIS syllabus we follow, then they will provide you the link, or you go through the NIS link, download the books, and also once you have downloaded the books, again reconfirm. These are the books. Am I on the right track? Okay, thumbs up. Yes, you are on the right track. Now you got the syllabus. अब आपके पास syllabus ready है. So अब आपके पास syllabus ready है. Now you have the syllabus, but as a parent and as a teacher, I have been given the syllabus that is your syllabus, and the child will be appearing for exam, A level exam. Now what? That is the main thing. एनरोलमेंट भी हो जाती है, सब कुछ हो जाता है. उसके बाद क्या आता है, गैप आ जाता है. देयर इज अ गैप बिटवीन द हाउ वी विल प्रिपेयर फॉर द एग्जाम, और जब तक हम सोचते हैं वी विल प्रिपेयर फॉर द एग्जाम, तब तक एग्जाम आ जाते हैं एंड वी आर नॉट रेडी. So if you have enrolled into label ABC label, then from the very beginning go through the syllabus. So first thing, अब आपके पास syllabus है, आप syllabus को अच्छे से go through कीजिए. Go through the syllabus thoroughly. Then break down the syllabus. Break down. Some centers will tell you, like we at Sunrise are enrolled with the Manovikas Center. For last 3 years, we have been following them as study centers. So what we get from them, they give us a breakdown of syllabus. That first term, these chapters will come. Second terms, these chapters will come, and third term, these chapters will come. Due to Corona, last year, we did not get the breakup. So everything was done in a single go. Then also, if you don't get the breakup, then also as a parent, we should break down the syllabus. आपको अगर नहीं भी दिया है breakdown, तो एक तो आप how can you break down? एक तो आप अपने study center से you can get inquiry, ask them that what all chapters will be covered in first term. Okay, अगर वो नहीं बता रहे हैं, go through the previous year's sample paper, previous year question papers or the sample papers if they provide any, then break down. Otherwise, if you will see in the guidelines, it has been mentioned that this part will be in percentage wise distribution will be there. So you can assume that, okay, if there are 24 chapters, then I can do 8, 8, 8 like this. Breakdown. अगर हम सब कुछ इकट्ठा लेकर चलेंगे तो it will be very overwhelming for us as parents and as teachers. It can be very, very overwhelming. So breaking down is a very nice thing. Even if you are not going for exams and you want to teach the child this syllabus, I have a syllabus in syllabus and I want to teach my child this syllabus in coming year, then also I need to break down. So I can break down in quarters. This quarter we'll do these chapters, this quarter these chapters, and this quarter these chapters. Then once we have break down the syllabus, then we have lessons. So we have to go through the lessons. This also I have been telling to all the parents in Sunrise Learning and to myself also, that before introducing any academic thing, like books or something, go through the books and syllabus yourself. पहले आप पढ़िए बुक्स को, पहले आप देखिए चैप्टर्स को. तो आप first you go through the books yourself, then you will find the gaps कि ये वाला chapter, this chapter is easy for my child to understand, but the other chapter will need lot of explanation. The other chapter will need a lot of explanation, so I need to add on with a nice lesson plan for my child so that he can understand it in a simpler way. तो आपको लेसन प्लान बहुत सोच समझ के करना होगा. लेसन प्लान के लिए आई विल गिव द टिप्स की कैसे कर सकते हैं लेसन प्लान्स. देन असाइनमेंट्स एंड वर्कशीट्स, हाउ वी कैन गो अबाउट देम. देन रिवीजन कैसे करनी है, रिवीजन इज वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट. एंड देन गेटिंग रेडी फॉर एग्जाम्स. So syllabus breakdown, this is just a sample. It is just a sample which I have taken from internet, that how the syllabus can be break down. So we can divide the syllabus like this. It is very important for the teachers as well that always we break down the syllabus. So it will be easy for us and for parents also, that then it will be very easy for us. So I have they have divided this part 1. So chapters this and this will be covered in part 1, and in which month I can go for these chapters. It will make your planning very easy, and when we are well planned, it is easy for us to execute that plan. अगर हमारी planning strong होगी तो वो execution भी strong हो जाएगा और time पर cover हो जाएंगी. Otherwise, if we keep on thinking that अभी तो exams are in August, I will start in July, then in 1 month covering all the things is not possible. So we have to start from the very beginning. Divide and assign dates or months, that this day we will do this will do this, and so on. So we can divide it into most of the study centers like Manovikas, they help us to divide the breakdown. They will help, they always help us in breaking down the syllabus. So we get that these all chapters will be covered in first term, and then second term, and then third term. So if there are 24 chapters, then the child is not overburdened with all the 24 chapters in single go. So this helps in the simple execution, and also not overwhelming the child and doing in chunks. It helps a lot. So आपने syllabus breakdown कर लिया. Now you have the lessons. अब आपके पास you have आपने syllabus breakdown कर लिया. अब आपके पास है lessons. अब आप lessons को plan करने हैं. We have to plan the lessons. Then what we have to consider as a teacher and as a parent, that what should my lesson plan look like. So you have to keep below things in mind when you are planning a lesson. Learning style of our kids or students, we have to keep in mind. If you will follow the CBSE or NIS books, they have less pictures and lot of text. If you will go through the books, they can be overwhelming for you as a teacher or as a parent. अगर आप books को पहली बार देखोगे तो हो सकता है कि आप बोलो नहीं ये तो नहीं हो पाएगा. It is very difficult because text is more and visuals are less. So we have to plan the lessons according to our children. तो हमें उन्हें सिंप्लीफाई करना होगा अपने बच्चे के हिसाब से, and then we have to represent the same content in some other way to our children. So we have to keep in mind learning style of our kids or students. Then follow multi-sensory approach. If I am teaching anything which is very difficult for my child to understand, I should follow a multisensory approach where not even by reading but by doing, my child can understand. Maybe I can show him a video, we can play a game around it, we can do some activity, we can do some project work around it. So we have to keep in mind that follow multisensory approach, experiential learning by doing. जस्ट हमने चैप्टर पढ़ा और बस उस चैप्टर के पीछे के क्वेश्चन कर लिए, दैट इज नॉट सफिशिएंट फॉर आवर चिल्ड्रन. We have to go through experiential learning, that is learning by doing. And most of the content, not all but most of the content for A B C level is functional, which can be understood by doing, which can be understand by the student by doing it. So gaps in learning and how to fill them. For example, there is a like for example, the syllabus covers division of 3-4 digits by 2 digits, but मेरे बच्चे को तो भी multiplication भी नहीं आता है, तो this is a gap. So we have to consider those gaps in learning. So we have to fill those gaps. So I may have to step back and I will introduce the basic foundation concept to understand that concept. तो वो गैप्स आपको आइडेंटिफाई करने के लिए आपको लिस्ट डाउन करने होंगे. फाउंडेशन कॉन्सेप्ट शुड बी वेरी स्ट्रॉन्ग एंड दे कैन बी बिल्ड इन ए लेवल. अगर आप ए लेवल में अच्छे से अपना फाउंडेशन कॉन्सेप्ट्स को स्ट्रॉन्ग कर लोगे, देन द अदर लेवल विल बी लिटिल, they will go smooth, they will be easy for you. It should be simple and easy to understand when you are presenting the same content. आपको पढ़ाना तो हमें वही है जो हमारे सिलेबस में दिया हुआ है, but sometimes it is not possible for the child to understand the text given in the book. So we have to plan the lesson our own way for our child. So all these things I am discussing about planning the lesson in your own way. So you have to keep it simple and easy to understand. I will also show you some examples of lesson plans at the end. Then the approach. When you are planning a lesson, in that also I discussed that you should follow a multi-sensory approach. So when you are planning a lesson, all learning happens through the senses, which act as a pathway to the brain. So keep in mind that whenever we are teaching any concept, if it is possible to teach that thing through multisensory approach, we will try our best to teach that thing through a multisensory approach. So like if we want to teach about water can be experienced. We can go under the tap, we can experience, we can touch it, we can feel the water, we can pour the water, we can play water and do some activities around water. We can, when we are working in the house, we can see uses of water and we can describe to the child that these are the uses of water. We can show videos of water, where the water is being used. So we have to work on all the senses to make them understand. For our children, only reading the text and understanding the things is very, very difficult. So we have to make the lesson plans very, very simple, easy and multisensory. Now, these are few tips as a parent or as a teacher. I would be sharing to all of you what we follow, that how to plan the lesson. First, already I discussed that whenever you are going to teach something to your child, first go through the lesson yourself. तो सबसे पहले आप उस लेसन को खुद पढ़िए. ऐसा नहीं कि हम बुक लेकर बैठ गए और हमने बोला चलो आज हम ये वाला चैप्टर पढ़ेंगे. फिर when we start reading the chapter, we find so many things जो मुझे ही समझ में नहीं आ रही हैं, और it is extra information which is not that much needed, and I am trying to teach that to my child. So go through the lesson yourself. So first thing is आप अपने आप उस चैप्टर को पढ़िए. Then list down all the important points to be worked on. उस चैप्टर में से बहुत जो important points हैं उनको आप नोट कर लीजिए. You note down all the important points from that chapter. List down that can be done or explained in the book. फिर आप उसमें से वो चीजें अलग कर दीजिए, सॉर्टिंग कीजिए एक तरह से कि जो कि बुक में एज इज वी कैन गो थ्रू एंड माई चाइल्ड विल अंडरस्टैंड. एंड कुछ चीजें ऐसी होंगी जिसमें अच्छा विजुअल दिया होगा, अच्छी एक्सप्लेनेशन दी होगी, तो दे कैन बी जस्ट वी कैन रीड द बुक एंड वी कैन गेट दैट इंफॉर्मेशन. बट फ्यू थिंग्स विल नीड मोर इंफॉर्मेशन, दे विल बी नीड add on. Add on can be in add on. When I am saying add on, it can be visuals, it can be pictures, it can be videos, activities, artwork, etc. So कुछ पहले हमने चैप्टर को खुद से पढ़ा, फिर हमने उसको लिस्ट डाउन किया कि कौन कौन से इम्पोर्टेंट पॉइंट हैं. फिर इम्पोर्टेंट पॉइंट जो आए, इम्पोर्टेंट पॉइंट में से हमने वो वाले पॉइंट लिस्ट डाउन किए which are very well explained in the book with all the visuals and all, and my child can understand. And then I separated out those points which will need more explanation. It is not easy for my child to understand. So what I will do, I will add on that chapter with more information. That information can be in terms of visuals, pictures, videos, activities, artwork. Any app you find that can give more information, you can use that. So it can be any add-on. Then collect all the teaching material. Now अब आपने वो सब ले लिया कि मैं ये वाला जो एरिया है, ये वाले जो पॉइंट्स हैं, इसमें मुझे एड ऑन की जरूरत है. यहाँ पर मैं ये वाले पिक्चर्स, यहाँ पर मुझे विजुअल की जरूरत पड़ेगी, यहाँ पर मुझे एक्सपीरियंशियल लर्निंग करनी पड़ेगी, यहाँ पर मैं सेंसिस को यूज करके करा सकता हूँ. जैसे हम ए लेवल में चैप्टर है, सेंसिस का चैप्टर है, तो दैट कैन बी डन थ्रू द सम एक्टिविटीज. तो वो हम कर सकते हैं. कुछ आर्ट वर्क बनाने से, जैसे हम मेनली जब प्लांट्स के पार्ट्स बताते हैं तो वी डू सम आर्ट वर्क जिसमें हम रूट्स को चिपकाते हैं, देन वी स्टेम को उस पे पेस्ट करते हैं, लीव्स को, तो वो पूरा एक प्लांट का आर्ट वर्क बनाते हैं, प्रोजेक्ट सा बनाते हैं. तो उस तरह से आपको सोचना होगा. यू हैव टू थिंक हाउ आई कैन एड ऑन विद ऑल दीज थिंग्स. देन कलेक्ट ऑल द टीचिंग मटेरियल. अब आपने सोच लिया, लिख लिया, पॉइंट बना लिए. Now what all you will be needing, what all visuals you will be needing, what all pictures, what all videos you will be needing. Collect all those materials and information required. जो भी आपको information लगी कि ये मुझे चाहिए, वो सब आपने collect कर ली. Then prepare the lesson. अब आप prepare करोगे lesson. It can be a PPT. You can make a PPT, or you can make a picture book, scrapbook. A lesson can be in a scrapbook. It can be a PPT. It can be an activity which you have. आपने photosynthesis सोचा मुझे पढ़ाना है बच्चे को, so you can think about an activity where you will draw the picture of photosynthesis. And as we are doing multisensory approach, so we can stick clouds में, we can stick cotton, then we can stick yellow dal in the sun, we can stick water drops, blue some blue object for water drops, something like that. तो वो आपको सोच के वो सारा मटेरियल इकट्ठा करना है. Then you have to prepare the lesson and as per the learning style of your student, and the lesson preparation will be based on the learning style of your child. अगर मेरा बच्चा फॉर एग्जाम्पल मेरा बेटा जो है वो बहुत अच्छा सीखता है, अगर मैं उसी से पीपीटी बनवाती हूँ लेसन की, तो वो उसको जल्दी याद समझ आ जाता है. तो व्हाट वी डू, अगर मैं उसको पीपीटी में बड़ी बड़ी पिक्चर्स देती हूँ तो उसे जल्दी समझ आ जाता है. तो व्हाट आई डू, आई मेक पीपीटीज फॉर माय चाइल्ड to understand the concepts in a better way. Then अगर जैसे फोटोसिंथेसिस करना है तो कोई बच्चा जो है वो बहुत ज़्यादा टेक्सचर को लेता है, या हमें कोई ऐसा एक्सपेरिमेंट करना है, जैसे अभी हमने लास्ट वीक वी डिड एन एक्सपेरिमेंट अराउंड व्हाट इज साइंस, एंड इन साइंस वी हैड टू explain to the children कि ऑब्जर्वेशन क्या होता है, हाइपोथेसिस क्या होता है, एक्सपेरिमेंट क्या होता है. सो व्हाट वी डिड, वी टुक glasses of water and we tried to add salt in one glass, sugar in one glass, and dal in one glass, and we experiment it is soluble or non-soluble. And then we explained to the students that observation, when you are looking carefully, when you are doing things to check if it is soluble or insoluble, it is called experiment. So sometimes we have to explain the definition, explain the things in terms of activities by experiential learning, where we are learning by doing. So that will depend from child to child and from the learning style of the students. Then when you have done your lesson plan, review it and modify it. Now, teaching materials and resources. Collecting all the required material and resources beforehand is very important. We list down all the things needed and how we are going to execute the plan during planning phase. अब हमने लेसन प्लान बना दिया, अब हम रेडी हैं वो डिलीवर करने के लिए अपने स्टूडेंट्स को. तो वट एवर यू हैव प्लान्ड, इफ यू हैव प्लान्ड एन एक्टिविटी, इफ यू हैव प्लान्ड अ पीपीटी, इफ यू हैव प्लान्ड अ स्क्रैप बुक, you have to be ready with that before we start with the students. Otherwise, अगर हम उसी टाइम पर सब खोजने लगेंगे, if we start searching for things when the students are already present, then it is very distractive and concentration बनाना बहुत मुश्किल हो जाता है. Where we can get all these lesson plan को add on करने के लिए information हमें कहाँ से मिल सकती है? आपके घर में, your home, many things you will find in your home. Then you can get some activities which are related to the concepts which have been covered in your syllabus, like solar system hai, like in map of India, map of world. You get customized, you get activities in the market. You can make your own adapted books and worksheets depending on the child, how the child understands the thing. Then you can use iPad and computer apps. You can go to educational websites, autism websites and autism group. You will get a lot of information. Pinterest is also one of the good source to collect all these things to plan the lesson. So this is how we can plan the lesson. Next is creating worksheets and assignments. To give information, to provide information and to our children who have special needs, we have to always keep the things very simple and easy. जितनी ज़्यादा सिंपल और इजी होंगी उतना ही ज़्यादा उनका हमें पता चलेगा वो कितना अंडरस्टैंड कर रहे हैं, और उनके लिए भी वो जो लर्निंग एक्सपीरियंस है वो ओवरवेलमिंग नहीं होगा. सो व्हाइल क्रिएटिंग द वर्कशीट्स एंड असाइनमेंट्स, please keep in mind these things. Keep it simple and easy. Provide the same information in different ways. How can we do that? I will give some tips about that. How can we provide the same information? How can we extract the same information in different ways? So this we have to keep in mind while creating assignments or worksheets. Worksheets with visuals, they help a lot for our children. Assignments from the book. तो पहले डायरेक्टली असाइनमेंट्स में जाने की बजाय अगर हम सिंपल वे में पहले इंफॉर्मेशन उनसे देने, वर्कशीट्स दें, देन डिफरेंट अलग अलग तरीके से डिफरेंट वेज में हम उनसे असाइनमेंट्स या वो वर्कशीट्स कराएं, जस्ट इवेलुएट करें उन्हें, एंड देन वर्कशीट्स विद विजुअल दें, एंड धीरे धीरे हम वो विजुअल्स को हटाएंगे, देन वी कैन रिप्रेजेंट द असाइनमेंट फ्रॉम द बुक. Assignment from previous year papers and gradually increase the complexity. Start from simple, keep on adding, keep on fading, and gradually increase the complexity. These are the things to keep in mind while we are creating worksheets and assignments for the students. Tips like how can we, I mentioned that same information in different ways. How can we do that? I have a question uh, who invented zero, like, so I can and who is called missile man of India, something like that. I read that in the chapter 1 of level C, and I want to know that when the lesson plan is done, we have delivered the lesson. Now I want to know that if my child has understood the lesson or not. What I can do, I can try these various things to evaluate my student, evaluate my child. So we can play bingo games. Bingo games, I can make a bingo where like I have 4 scientists name. I make a 2 by, I will just show it. So I can make a 2 by 2 matrix. My marker is not working. So I will make a 2 by 2 matrix, and then I can write 4 scientists' name in that, like Aryabhatta, Brahmagupta, APJ Abdul Kalam, S. Chandrasekhar. Then I say who invented zero. Then my child will answer, circle the right answer. Then who is called missile man of India, and the child will circle or cross that answer. Then similarly I can go for other questions, and then I will come to know, yes, my child has understood this concept which was delivered in last lesson plan. So this is one of the way to extract information from the students. But all other similarly we can play some games or activities around the same knowledge. So I can play a chit game where the child will pick up the chit. He has to read the scientist name and he has to tell what he invented. So we can do like that. We can give them multiple choice questions. We can do fill in the blanks. We can do the matching, match the right answers. Then once I am sure that yes, my child has, उसको अब ये knowledge हो गया है, he is well ready with this information, then I can switch to one liners. And then for the longer, for the descriptive questions, we can make the answers in bullets. Bullets like for level B and level C, the child may be required to answer in a, like, more than one word, more than one line. So some children might find it difficult to answer the question in sentences. Like they will find it very challenging to answer in the sentences. If the child is able to answer in sentences, like in paragraphs, then it is okay. If he is getting overwhelmed, anxious, he is feeling anxiety होती है अगर उसको इतना descriptive answer देने में, so we can add on bullets. So like write 2 functions of brain. So you can make a bullet. It controls the body. Point number 1. Number 2, it helps us in thinking, something like that. तो उसमें क्या हुआ, पूरा सेंटेंस नहीं लिखना है, we can make bullets. And points of bullets are given in they get points, they get numbers for the bullets. So we can make our worksheets depending on our children needs, on their learning styles. अगर if my child gets anxious, अगर मैं डायरेक्टली उसको डिस्क्रिप्टिव क्वेश्चन दे देती हूँ, तो मुझे पहले ये बिंगोज, एक्टिविटीज, मल्टीपल चॉइस, फिल इन द ब्लैंक्स, इसके थ्रू पहले उसके साथ काम करना होगा. देन वन लाइनर, एंड देन आई कैन मेक switch to descriptive questions. Keep revising and always keep maintenance in mind. हमने तो 4 लेसन पढ़ लिए, we are done with 4 lessons. बट मेरे बच्चे ने जब फर्स्ट लेसन जब हमने पढ़ा था तब तो उसने बहुत अच्छा किया था, बट आफ्टर 3 weeks 2 weeks when we are going through first lesson again, then वो उसको याद नहीं आ रहा है. तो कीप रिवाइजिंग, कीप मेंटेनेंस इन टाइम. तो फ्रीक्वेंटली थोड़ा थोड़ा बीच में पीछे वाला रिवाइज करते रहिए. कुछ एक्टिविटीज बेस्ड ऑन द मेंटेनेंस जो हम पहले कर चुके हैं, उसके बेस पर कुछ एक्टिविटीज प्लान कीजिए ताकि वो भूले ना. तो रिवीजन इज वेरी मस्ट इवन वाइल doing any skill, तो भी maintenance is very very important. Then for exam, how to get ready with the exams, list down all the important questions. So if you are getting ready for the exam, list down all the important questions, go through previous year's paper and keep format in mind. One best thing in OBE or NIS, even for secondary and higher secondary, most of the questions are repeated from the previous question papers, or the format remains the same. Even if the questions are not being repeated, then the format almost remains the same. So you can get a very good idea about the paper and the format by browsing through the previous year's paper. So list down all the important points, questions, go through previous year's papers and keep format in mind. Target scoring and easy topics first as per your child. अगर मेरे बच्चे को डिस्क्रिप्टिव क्वेश्चन लिखने में मुश्किल होती है, लेकिन वो मल्टीपल चॉइस, फिल इन द ब्लैंक्स, मैचिंग वो आसानी से कर लेता है, तो पहले मैं उसको उसमें प्रिपेयर कर दूंगी. और अगर उसको बहुत ही ज्यादा एंजाइटी हो रही है डिस्क्रिप्टिव क्वेश्चन के लिए, देन आई मे स्किप दैट पार्ट, बिकॉज मुझे बच्चे को एंशियस नहीं करना है, उसे ओवरवेल्म नहीं करना है. अगर मेरा बच्चा एंशियस ओवरवेल्म हो जाएगा एकेडमिक बर्डन से, तो बहुत सारे अनदर इश्यूज विल ऐड ऑन which will be very difficult to manage. So we have to make a balance between academics and all other things. So वो balance हमें लेकर चलना है. So I can skip those questions, or I can tell my child to write in bullets. Okay. So target scoring and easy topics first as per your child. For descriptive question, if student finds it difficult to help remember, use bullet points. Practice sample papers before going for real exam. Some centers provide sample papers before the exam, so you can keep practicing those sample paper. It gives a very good feel of exams to the students. Keep practicing the format of exam format test in between to give feel of exams and how we are supposed to answer. Like जब हमने syllabus break down कर लिया, फिर हमने lesson plans को break down कर लिया, तो इन बिटवीन जब भी आप उसको असाइनमेंट दोगे, जब भी इवेलुएट करोगे, तो मेक द इवेलुएशन, जो भी आपका असाइनमेंट रहेगा, मेक इट अराउंड उस फॉर्मेट में कोशिश कीजिए बीच बीच में देने की, जिससे वो एग्जाम का जो फील आता है कि दिस इज द वे आई एम सपोज टू आंसर इन द एग्जाम, उसकी प्रैक्टिस होती रहे. आवर चिल्ड्रन नीड लॉट ऑफ प्रैक्टिस. जितनी ज्यादा वो प्रैक्टिस करते हैं, दे गेट रेडी. सो इफ दे आर रेडी, अगर वो पहले से ही मेंटली प्रिपेयर रहेंगे, तो उनके लिए वो एंजाइटी बहुत कम हो जाएगी एग्जाम में बैठने की, बिकॉज दे नो कि व्हाट वुड बी द फॉर्मेट, हाउ आई एम सपोज टू राइट, हाउ आई एम सपोज टू रीड द क्वेश्चन. तो वो हम इस तरह से हम एग्जाम के लिए प्रेपरेशन कर सकते हैं. NOAS आपको एक फैसिलिटी देता है, OBE और NOAS. यू कैन, इफ you have to provide a disability certificate, and if you provide the disability certificate, then you can request for a writer or a scribe. So writer or a scribe, if the child is not able to write, then the writer, whatever the child will say, the writer can write. Or if the child can write, then the scribe's responsibility is to read the question and translate into the native language, so that the child can understand the question. तो आपको वो स्क्राइब और राइटर की फैसिलिटी भी मिलती है OBE लेवल में. तो एग्जाम में आपको वन मोर थिंग इज, इफ यू आर गोइंग फॉर अ स्क्राइब और राइटर, तो ट्राई दैट इट वी डिसाइड हु विल बी द स्क्राइब, इफ इट इज इन आवर हैंड कि कौन बैठने वाला है, और उसके साथ ही अगर थोड़ा बच्चे को प्रैक्टिस हो जाए, तो इट विल बी बेटर. This year, parents were allowed as scribe because of coronavirus. So maybe next year also they have to decide based on the condition right now, but we're not sure. Do's and don'ts. एकेडमिक और बाकी चीजों में बैलेंस रखना बहुत जरूरी है. डू नॉट ओवर बर्डन द स्टूडेंट. अगर हम इफ वी विल स्टार्ट फ्रॉम द बिगिनिंग एंड इफ वी विल डू अ प्रॉपर प्लानिंग, तो बर्डन आएगा ही नहीं. अगर हम शुरू से कंसिस्टेंसी, विल मेंटेन द कंसिस्टेंसी एंड वी विल प्लान लेसन प्लान और सब पूरा अच्छे से करेंगे, तो वो बर्डन आएगा ही नहीं. सो डू नॉट ओवर बर्डन द स्टूडेंट. तो कीप इट सिंपल, कीप इट कॉन्टिन्यूअस, कीप इट कंसिस्टेंट, तो बर्डन नहीं आएगा. अगर आपको, जैसे मैंने पहले भी बताया, इफ यू थिंक that the student is getting overwhelmed or getting anxious, then modify that thing. बुलेट्स बनाइए, उसको सिंपल तरीके से समझाइए, ओवरबर्डन मत कीजिए स्टूडेंट को, बच्चे को अपनी. डू नॉट कॉम्प्लिकेट द कॉन्सेप्ट्स. कई बार हमें क्या होता है कि आई बीइंग अ साइंस स्टूडेंट, आई नो बहुत सारी डिटेल्स अबाउट द सेम थिंग, तो मैं वो इंफॉर्मेशन भी अपने बच्चे के साथ डिस्कस करने लग जाती हूँ, विच आर नॉट नेसेसरी एट दिस पॉइंट. So keeping it simple, keeping it easy works for my child. So I will keep it as per my child, not per me. मुझे अपने को नहीं पढ़ाना है, मुझे अपने बच्चे को पढ़ाना है. So I have to keep things simple. Do not complicate the concept. Give priority to functional knowledge. There are many things in the syllabus which are very functional, which we are going to use in day-to-day life. So let's prioritize those things. And there would be things in the syllabus जो कि इतनी ज़्यादा relevant नहीं है, so we can balance between those. Do not hurry. ऐसा नहीं आज हमने एक चैप्टर पढ़ लिया, कल फिर दूसरा पढ़ेंगे, परसों तीसरा पढ़ेंगे, एक वीक में हमें सारा सब कुछ खत्म करना है. नो. Go slow, go steady. Slow and steady will win the race. If learning is not happening, check for the gaps. That example I gave कि अगर हमने division है syllabus में and I am trying division sums with my son and then I come to know that multiplication का जो concept है वो weak है, तो पहले मुझे उस concept पर, जो एक foundation concept है, उस पर काम करना होगा. So जब आप बच्चे के साथ काम करोगे, you will find the gaps. So if learning is not happening, check for the gaps and work on the gaps. Step back if you feel your students are getting overwhelmed. अगर आपको लग रहा है कि अब 3 चैप्टर्स पढ़ लिए, 3 चैप्टर्स तक तो बच्चा कंफर्टेबल था, लेकिन जैसे ही मैंने सोचा कि चलो मैं और पढ़ा दूं, तो बच्चे को एंजाइटी होने लगी. स्टेप बैक, स्टॉप देयर. Don't overwhelm the child. Make learning fun. If we will do activities, if we will do uh, games around the same thing, if we will do present the information in different ways, then learning will be a fun and easy for the child to understand the concepts in a better way. Be consistent and be patient. You have to be very consistent and you have to be very patient. You have to keep in mind that our children they have special need and they might need more patience than the other children. So you have to be very patient. Challenges can be there. बच्चे का सेंसरी बिहेवियर हो सकते हैं, कुछ बच्चे नए बिहेवियर्स आ जाते हैं बच्चों के, तो बीच में लर्निंग ब्रेक हो सकती है. Our own mental and physical state can hamper the learning. External factors and challenges. Sometimes, अभी जैसे कोरोना चल रहा है, तो sometimes it can happen that external factors and challenges might hamper our learnings. Lack of support system can also be a challenge. So how can we overcome that challenges? Few challenges are in our hand. कुछ तो हमारे हाथ में है जिसे हम कंट्रोल कर सकते हैं, बट कुछ चीजें हमारे हाथ में नहीं है. some things are not in our control. So how can we keep overcome the challenges? Keep yourself calm. Anxious मत होइए. Keep yourself calm. जितना हम काम रहेंगे उतने बच्चे की लर्निंग जो है वो इजीली हो जाएगी. If we will be anxious as a teacher or as a parent, so all anxiety we will pass through the child. Avoid negativity. अगर मैं ये सोचकर as a अगर मैं स्टार्ट ही इससे करूं कि ये तो नहीं कर पाएंगे, इन्हें तो नहीं हो कर समझ में आएगा, तो वो नेगेटिविटी, नेगेटिव थॉट्स, they will distract my child and it will make difficult for the child to understand. You have to be very patient. Sometimes you may have to repeat the same thing 100 times, and that's okay. We are here to uh, be their partners in their learning. We are there to give them a hand to lift them up. So it is our responsibility to be patient, to be calm, to be positive about them. Consistency. If we break the rhythm, then we have to start it over again. So if we maintain the consistency, so it helps in overall learning. Fun, that I already discussed, that learning should be a fun for everybody. If you are enjoying whatever you are doing, then the child will also enjoy what he is doing. तो जो आप कर रहे हो उसे अपने आप को भी अगर आप एंजॉय करोगे तो आपको बच्चा भी उसको एंजॉय करेगा और वो जल्दी सीखेगा. Be open. If you don't understand any concept, you need help with the lesson plan, you need help with the sample papers, be open, talk to your support groups, talk to the parent support groups, talk to the teachers, talk to the study centers. Then they will provide whatever you need. Last and very important thing is believe in yourself and your child. जब आप बिलीव करोगे कि हाँ ये हो जाएगा, we can do it, then only we can do it. So we have to start with the thought that yes, we can do it, and then we will do it. That is the last point to consider. So I was supposed to show a lesson plan. I'll try to.
So, Vandana ma'am, during this time, there have been many questions in relation to the enrollment process, or for that matter, appearing for the exam, and in relation to the scribe and the disability certificate. So, I have answered most of the questions in the chat box itself to save our time. However, it is strongly advised and recommended that you should stay updated with the guidelines that are given on the NIOS website, the link for which is being shared again and again. They can change the guidelines at any point of time. So, like so far, they have been doing physical exams only, but you never know what the coming times might bring. So yes, stay updated, and most of the questions have been answered in the chat box also.
Till now, all exams have been happened in physical exams. Even in March, our students appeared for exams. They went physically to the center. Calculator is not allowed. Calculator is not allowed for the students. You can ask the study centers if they can give a relaxation, but as far as I know, calculators are not allowed.
Vandana ma'am, at the time of applying for the exam, there is a form that is given in which you have to write all the exemptions that you require for your child.
Okay.
And then based on the decision that they take at that time, when they see your form and they see your child's difficulty, needs and areas, they can decide to give you the permission.
Okay.
They can.
So check with the center where your child is enrolled.
Yes.
And also, while you are filling up the form, then mention it there that my child would be needing this time. Like for example, my child, he is not comfortable with writing exam in paper. So what I have opted, when I was filling the form, then I told the center that my child is comfortable with typing, but he is not very comfortable with writing. So he has been attempting all the exams for last 2 years on computer. That facility has been provided by NOS. But I have to give them in written and in advance that my child is not comfortable and he will need a computer. Then they will let you know that you have to bring your own computer or they will provide it.
So these are the kind of exemptions that you were asking. Why is a disability certificate needed? It is needed simply to apply for these exemptions. And then the exemptions are customized as per the need of the child by the study center or the examination center. They are going to give you permission based on your written request, based on the form that you submit at the time of applying for the exam, not at the time of enrollment.
Okay, and for most of the times, the first term happens in August or September, in the last month of August or in the first week of September. Then second term is around November or at the end of November or the beginning of December, and the final exams most for I am telling from my experience and from Manovikas and Amal Jyoti point of view that most of the exams, final exams, they happen in the month of either in the end of February or in the beginning of March. Final exams, and NOIS does not. They don't. They have grading system, so they grade A, B, C grade is given to the student, and you get the mark sheet for the same in August or September. So immediately you don't get the certificate from NOS, that is the official certificate from NOS. You get it in the month of August or September, and the grade is written there. I'll share the lesson plan. NIS and NCERT syllabus is different. Yes, they have different lesson. They have different content. So that's why I insisted that you check with your center that what syllabus they are following. So I will show you this. This is a introductory lesson plan for division, where the students have been introduced to division. So here, what is mean? Then you can see there are lots of visuals and very clear visuals. And this was an interactive PowerPoint. This was an interactive PPT where the teacher was dragging the chocolates from above and giving one by one. So here, like this. This is the way the division concept has been introduced to the students. Then I will go through a complicated chapter that is from C level, that talks about the definition of science, what are the skills required for science, and what are the contribution of India towards science. So I'll go through that. So if you see in the book, this is a two pages description of science which has been covered in a single slide. All the important information has been extracted from those 2 pages, and it has been represented in a single slide. What is science? Then what are the skills required for the science? Here the teacher has used color concept. If you can see, the color concept has been used here. So every skill has been colored differently. Then in simple words, what is the meaning of observation? What is the meaning of hypothesis? And what I was telling, that we did this experiment to make them understand. This was done physically. This experiment was done by the students. And then we discussed कि अभी आपने जो किया उसमें कहाँ पर ऑब्जर्वेशन किया, कहाँ पर हाइपोथेसिस किया, कहाँ पर हमने एक्सपेरिमेंट करके डाटा कलेक्ट किया. दिस इज एक्सपीरियंशियल लर्निंग. एंड देन द स्टूडेंट, देन उनको वो रिलेट करना कि ऑब्जर्वेशन क्या होता है, हाइपोथेसिस क्या होता है, एक्सपेरिमेंट क्या होता है, डाटा क्या होता है, वो उनके लिए इजी हो जाता है. So this is a nice lesson plan. And if I will show you this worksheet around the same chapter, so here we have multiple choice questions. I don't want मेरा बच्चा अभी पूरा definition नहीं दे पाता है साइंस की, तो 2-3 sentence में, तो what we have to just to evaluate that whatever was delivered in the plan he has understood or not. So this kind of multiple choice question, that a systematic and authentic process is called. Then if he says science, it means that he has grasped, he was listening and he was attending the class very carefully and he knows what is science. Now the same, if you will see, the same thing which has been asked above has been asked in a different way. So seeking the information in different ways, fill in the blanks. Then matching, then yes no questions, same information in a different way. This is how we can make the assignments. Now if I have to explain the technology, and technology, here is a story which has been narrated by the teacher to the student, that a boy wanted to go to his school and his school is very far. How can he go? Initially he was walking. जब वो walk करता था तो कितनी सारी चीजें उसको दिखाई देती थी. We wanted to discuss about the good and bad part of technology. So this is a very good example where we are discussing थी. फिर वो कार में जाने लगा, तो कार के लिए रोड बनाना पड़ा, तो कार से हमारा डिस्टेंस कम हो गया, उसके लिए इजी हो गया, बट वो पेड़ कट गए. तो हम वी आर टॉकिंग अबाउट द both parts of technology. So visuals and story narration is also going on, and then these are feeling sad. So we are talking about pros and cons of technology as well. So these kind of lesson plan, they help a lot to understand the content what has been delivered in the textbooks. I think I made it clear.
Yes, absolutely. Repeating the age criteria once again. If it's right here. If your child has completed 7 years by 31st March, then he can enroll in April for level A. If the child has completed 9 years on 31st March of this year, then he can enroll for level B in April. And if the child has completed 12 years, then he can enroll for level C in this particular April.
One more thing which I would like to mention here. एक और चीज मैं मेंशन करूंगी, जैसे मैंने शुरू में भी बताया था, I explained it in very beginning that we get 5 years to complete one level. So if my child is enrolled to A level, so he has 5 years to complete to clear all the subjects. 5 years. And it might be for similarly for B and similarly for C. तो अगर आपको लगता है जैसे बी और सी का सिलेबस थोड़ा ज्यादा है, तो अगर आपको लगता है कि मेरे बच्चे के लिए बहुत ज्यादा हो रहा है और बाकी चीजें इग्नोर हो जाएंगी, तो हमें उसको डिवाइड कर देना चाहिए. दिस इज माय सजेशन एज अ पेरेंट एंड एज अ टीचर कि आप उसको डिवाइड कर दो. 2 सब्जेक्ट इस साल कर लो, 2 सब्जेक्ट नेक्स्ट ईयर कर लो, और या फिर 2 इस बार कर लो, 3 नेक्स्ट ईयर कर लो. इवन इफ यू फील कि 2 भी ज्यादा हो रहा है, तो go as a 2-1-1 something, break up the syllabus as per your child. अपने बच्चे के हिसाब से, बच्चे एग्रेसिव नहीं हो, उसको एंजाइटी ना हो, उसका बाकी जो प्लान है लैंग्वेज का, लाइफ स्किल्स का, वो भी हैम्पर ना हो, वो हमें ध्यान में रखना है. और एक और बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट चीज है, जब हम एज अ पेरेंट जब हम एकेडमिक्स में चले जाते हैं, तो हम एकेडमिक्स को बहुत ज्यादा इंपॉर्टेंट देने लगते हैं, तो उससे हम भी एंशियस हो जाते हैं और बच्चों को भी एंजाइटी हो जाती है. So keeping a balance, fair balance between everything is very, very important. don't yourself get overwhelmed and don't let the child get anxious also. बैलेंस बनाना बहुत जरूरी है, तो ब्रेक कीजिए, धीरे धीरे कीजिए, स्लो एंड स्टडी ऑलवेज विंस द रेस। लेकिन अपने आप को और अपने बच्चे को प्रेशराइज मत कीजिए। आराम, मतलब धीरे धीरे करने से भी हम कर सकते हैं, हमें कोई जल्दी नहीं है। वी आर नॉट इन अ रेस, वी आर नॉट कंपीटिंग विद एनीबॉडी।
एक और बहुत इम्पोर्टेंट पॉइंट है जो बताना है। देर आर सम पेरेंट्स जो पूछते आए हैं कि मेरे मेन स्ट्रीम स्कूल और एनसीईआरटी सॉरी एनआईओएस बोर्ड के लिए हम कैसे बैलेंस बिठा सकते हैं। सो हम ये बात बहुत लोगों को एडवाइस करते हैं, आपको भी कर रहे हैं। अगर आपका बच्चा किसी मेन स्ट्रीम स्कूल में जाता है और वो सेटल्ड है, खुश है, उसकी सोशल स्किल्स डेवलप हो रही हैं, उसकी लर्निंग हो रही है, लेकिन आपको सिलेबस करिकुलम सीबीएसई करिकुलम कोप कराने में मुश्किल हो रही है, तो आप उसका मेन स्ट्रीम एनवायरनमेंट मत चेंज करिए। यू कैन टॉक टू द मैनेजमेंट, दे कैन अलाउ द चाइल्ड टू कंटिन्यू टू बी स्कूल्ड इन दैट मेन स्ट्रीम स्कूल, बट वो एग्जाम्स ओपन स्कूलिंग से दे सकता है। A lot of schools are now opening up to this option, and a lot of awareness has developed. If you talk to the management directly, they will be able to गाइड यू ऑन दैट कि उस बच्चे की मेन स्ट्रीम एनवायरनमेंट डिस्टर्ब ना हो, वो जाता रहे। आप ओपन स्कूलिंग में रजिस्टर करा के एग्जाम वहां दोगे तो आपके ऊपर से करिकुलम और एकेडमिक प्रेशर थोड़ा सा कम हो जाएगा और बच्चे का सोशल एनवायरनमेंट भी चेंज नहीं होगा। So yes, you can do that. The child can study in the mainstream and still enroll for open schooling. One more clarity I want to give. Sunrise Learning provides classes to prepare the students. We have been doing that for the last 2 years and our students are doing well. We have got 100% results so far. But for enrolling, you have to enroll in a study center which is very close to your place. चाहे आप बैंगलोर में रहते हो, चाहे आप बॉम्बे में रहते हो, you should enroll in a study center which is very close to your place so that आप एग्जाम वहां दो। आपका एग्जाम और आपका जो ओवरऑल गाइडेंस एंड फ्रेमवर्क होता है वो आपको वहां के स्टडी सेंटर से मिल जाए, क्योंकि आपका बच्चा फाइनल एनआईओएस का एग्जाम जब देगा तो वो उस स्टडी सेंटर में देगा, which is going to be your exam center. We can help you with the classes, with the preparation. Okay.
We are providing online classes. That's what Dr. Sonali just told, that we are doing online classes for NIS. We do follow the syllabus which has been mentioned on the NIS website, right? So if your study center is following NCERT, then think about it. We do follow NIS syllabus from the website. If your study center is following the NIS syllabus, you are most welcome.
Right.